What is up, my collie friends? Welcome to the video. Thank you for clicking on the link or unmuting it, whatever platform you happen to be watching this on. I appreciate it as always. I got a fun little, this is actually going to be some Spanish fencing stuff for you guys today. This is something that John showed me last week when I was up training with him that was just super awesome, and I was just messing around with it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me put this up online for some other people to see because it's just super cool. I think so anyway. You be the judge, whatever. Hopefully it's something that you can utilize. So what this is, these movements, this little drill, whatever. This is something that he showed me to help with what he was calling the hover step. So it's like changing your direction in the middle of your step and changing your tactics so you can continue to move forward and re-counter. It's amazing. It was like blowing my mind, so I figured, you know what, somebody else is probably going to think this is awesome too. So let me just dive into this and show you kind of what we're working on here. So this is just a solo espada drill, right? Okay, so there's like, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 variations of this. Okay, so essentially what you're trying to do is you're trying to just get in and thrust your opponent. Okay, so if I'm here, standing here at range, and the number 10 guard, so the number 10 guard is it's got the upper third of my weapon on 0 degrees. My hand is off to the side, protected, right? And if my opponent has their guard the same, our tips would be touching right here, right about the upper third. Their weapon would be on covering their inside line, mine's covering mine, right? And so, or actually the outside line. So what I would need to do to thrust at them, because I wouldn't be able to just thrust straight in because I would get stabbed by their sword too, right? And so what we do is I would do what's called a cambio or convio. And so I would bring the tip of my weapon down, bring it underneath theirs, so I could come on top of it on the outside. And so when I do this, I'm going to do a cambio as I step on the 90-degree line, in line with 15 degrees. If you understand what the 15, where your 90 is and your 15 is on your circle, I've got just enough of an angle to where if I'm on top of their blade, I can now take my right foot, step into quarter 2, and thrust them. That's what I want. That's really what I want, because it's fast, it's quick, I can move on. If I've got a battlefield of people, I don't want to spend a ton of time here. 3-second fights, max. That's all you want. 3-second fights. So it's bringing your blade underneath theirs, on top of theirs, stepping into quarter 2, boom, thrusting, and then I'd be able to move on to friends, whatever it is. Now let's say this person's educated and that didn't work, right? This is where the hover step starts to come in. So I would cambio, bringing mine on top of theirs. I go to step in, but as I go to step in, they cambio, and they would bring their weapon back underneath. And now, if their weapon is right here, I can't step in because now they're covering the line. So now, instead of stepping in, I'm going to hover step, and my right foot, instead of stepping into quarter 2, is now going to come over to left 45, so the left side of the diamond. As I bring the tip of my weapon back, and this will go around the tip of theirs, retaking the line as I step with my right foot. My left foot would be doing a pass-through step, re-quartering them. They'd be right here, and the upper third of my weapon would be making contact with their head or their neck. Boom. So, first hover step is you do your cambio as you step on 90, in line with 15. You go to thrust in, they cambio you, you bring your tip back, as you step on left 45, retaking the line, and then stepping, re-quartering with the pass-through step as you hit him in the face, boom, with the upper third of your weapon. One more time with that one. So I cambio, go to step, hover step, bringing the tip back, retaking the line, pass through, and making contact with their head or neck with the upper third of my weapon. Now let's say this person's actually really good, right? And they see all that happen that quick because, let's be real, John, Paul, Tom, Ollie, these like Kali Center guys that are like up there in skill level, they're that good. They will see that stuff, right? So let's say I do all of that and I'm going to step in, I do my hover step, and as I'm going to retake the line, they just suppress mine and they dominate my blade with theirs and they press it down. Because now they're on top of mine, I no longer have dominance of this line, and so if I continue forward, I would be running into the tip of their weapon. So now, I'm still hover stepping. I haven't committed to this step. So, right in the middle of this, I'm going to continue this motion to the inside with my blade, and then my right foot is going to step to right 45 instead. Now I'm taking the inside line. My weapon is covering my inside. I'm covering the number one pocket here where their hand would be, and my feet, my left foot would come together as I thrust to the face. So let's do that again. Step on 90 as I cambio. I go to thrust in, they cambio. I take the edge back, they suppress it, I hover step, rotating my weapon underneath theirs, retaking the line as I come and thrust in. Do that one more time. Cambio, go to thrust, hover step, continue the hover step around to the inside, thrust to the face. Now let's say they're really, really good, like John and Tom and Paul, and they see all of that, and you don't get your thrust. As you're going to thrust, they start to range out, okay? So your last ditch effort to get a little bit of damage here, we would be doing our cambio, go to step in, they cambio, we come around their blade, they suppress, we come to the inside, and we go to thrust. Now I'm hover stepping with my back leg. So I see them begin to range out. I know that I'm not going to get my thrust now. So instead, I'm going to take this back leg and I'm going to step it behind me onto opposite angle. And I'm taking the number 3 line, taking their hand as I range back out and reassess, readjust so I can maybe continue to the inside or whatever I would be doing. So it's kind of like your last ditch effort to take their hand so that you can continue your attack. And you want to have maximum of 3-second engagements. 3-second fights, that's it. So it's underneath their blade, on top of it, they come underneath your blade, you go over top of theirs. As you hover step to the outside, they press yours down. You continue that rotation to the inside and switch your step to right 45. And as you go to thrust, they range out. So you take this back leg onto opposite angle and cut up on the number 3 line, taking their hand. All this happens like that. Happens super fast. Counters within counters in 1 or 2 steps. Okay? So coming underneath theirs, over top, underneath, and taking their hand. Let me do it again. Underneath their blade, over top of their blade, underneath their blade, covering the line as I step onto opposite angle, taking their hand. Let me do that one more time and then I'll go through all of them. So, cambio underneath, over top, underneath, to the inside, stepping on opposite angle, coming out. So all of them from the beginning, just real quick, do your cambio as you step on left 90, step into quarter 2, and continue on. That's what you want to do. Boom, fast, done. Okay? Can't get that, so number 2 is you cambio as you step on the 90 degree, you go to step in, and then you take your weapon over top of theirs, step to the outside, taking the line and hitting them in the face. Boom. Then you go underneath, over top, they come on top of yours, so you transition going underneath, transitioning to the inside line and thrusting. Boom, and then out. Last one is you go underneath their blade, go to step, go on top, they suppress, you go underneath, you go to thrust, they start to range, so you step on opposite angle and take their hand. Boom. Let me just go through them a couple of times and then we'll be done. Boom. Oh wait, hold on, yeah, I'll go through all of them. So it's easy peasy. Boom, you're done. Then that one into the inside. And then ranging out. Go through all of them one more time. Cambio, boom, fight's over. To the outside, fight's over. Then I'm going to go to the inside. Step, boom, boom. Last one. Taking the hand. Like that. That's the hover step, okay? It's one of the coolest movements with the feet I think I've ever learned in martial arts. I've never had somebody teach me how to counter and adjust my step in the middle of a step. That was one of the coolest things anybody's ever taught me, and so I had to share it with you guys. Hopefully it's something you think is awesome too, and you can use it with your own training. If any of you happen to be in the Long Beach, Washington area, and you want to come learn some Kali, come on out to my classes. I teach free community lessons at the Long Beach Grange on Sand Ridge on Tuesdays from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We're right here at the Long Beach Elementary School in the outdoor covered basketball court on Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Like I said, classes are free. It's just something I do for my community. We're also having a seminar this summer, August 17th and 18th. If you're interested in that, DM me, and I'll make sure I let John know. It's $300 for the seminar. It's John teaching 2 full days. It's an actual Kali Center seminar. It's a Kali Center official event. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys that are out there in St. Augustine training right now, some of you guys will be able to make it out here. That would be awesome. I'd love to train with you again. Anyway, thanks for watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. You're awesome. God bless. Deuces.